Hello students, welcome to lesson 5, the slope of a non-vertical line. So we know a slope is a number that describes the steepness or the slant of a line, and then we will find the slope by finding the difference between the y values and the difference between the x values as a ratio. So again, we're still stuck with ratios, so let's have a little bit of fun with this. Take a look at these two lines. First of all, how do I find the difference between these two lines? I can't just say the steep line and the not so steep line. I have to really give them a name. And to name a line, what we do is we start with points. Points always have a letter on them. So we have point C and we have point D on this line. And it's a nice straight line between 2 points, so I'm just going to put a line over it. So line CD is a line C over D, or CD. Now, how steep is this line? We're just talking slope is the change in the y values, which is going up, and the change in the x values, which is going over. So how far does this go up? 1, 2, 3, 4. And how far does it go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So we've got that nice little triangle. 4 up and 5 over. So the slope of this line is, if you start at point C, you go up 4 spots and over 5 spots. Okay? So the slope of this line down here, this is line CD. It goes up 1 spot and over 12 spots. So that slope would be 1 over 12. Right? Change in y values going up and the change in x values. Now you can find that by doing the numbers. This point is start at 0, goes over 1, down 1. So this is 1, negative 1. And this point is negative 4, negative 5. And then this point is 8 and negative 4. So I will ask you, if points are x, y, figure out what is the change in the y values and what is the change in the x values. All right. But that's something you get to do on your own. We're going to move on a little bit because I don't have time to mess around with that for right now. The steepness of a line is described as the distance up or down and the distance right or left as a ratio. We call this the slope. In this graph, slope A to B, hidden under there, is up 3 over 4. So we call that a slope 3/4. Okay? What about this one, CD? What is the slope of that line? Well, what's the difference between CD and AB? Or AD? AD is going up, right? And CD is going down. So my change in y values here is down 1. How do I say down 1? I call that a negative 1. And goes over 4 spots. So instead of 1 over 4, that's going to be negative 1 over 4. Right? It has to be negative because if I said it was a slope of 1 over 4, you would go up 1 and over 4, and that would be completely the wrong line. So lines going down have what we call a negative slope, while lines going up have what we call a positive slope because they go up and then they go over. So slope of CD is negative 1 over 4, and the slope of AD is positive 3 over 4. Okay. So we have a slope going up and a slope going down. We have a positive slope and a negative slope. We have all kinds of strange things. So now we figured out that a positive slope, which one is positive here? AB is positive. So the slope of line AB is positive. It goes up 2 and over 1. Which one is negative? That would be the slope of, move my face out of the way here, from C to D. So that would be down 1, 2, 3 and over 1. So the slope of CD is negative 3 over 1. What about this line, EF? Well, if we're thinking about the positive and negative slopes, right? If positive slope would go up and negative slopes would go down, this one goes straight across. So EF never leaves 0. But then it goes across 3. So we say the slope of EF is 0 because it goes straight across, or it's a horizontal line. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. If not, you get to ask questions in class. So what did we learn? The slope is defined by the change in the y values over the change in the x values. The larger the change in the y values, the steeper the line, while the larger the ratio of y values to x values, the steeper the line. And a positive slope goes up from left to right, negative slopes go down, horizontal slopes have a slope of 0.